Hi and welcome to Winner's Corner. This Thursday is the second day in summer heat when we have 4 V75 rounds in a row. And this evening's round takes us to our neighbor country Norway and to Bjerke racetrack. And Mike, it's mostly Norwegian horses. Has it been hard to get a grip on the round?
Yeah, it was really difficult. Only Norwegian horses, basically, a few Swedish sprinkled in, but it was real hard for me to find something to get real excited about. I've got a few bets, though, that I hope can pay off.
Oh, very well. It will be interesting to see what Mike comes up with. We'll start in race 3, which equals the start of the V75 around this Thursday. And it's a race of a full distance for horses that have earned no more than 500,000 Norwegian crowns. And how do you want to start off this day?
I'm going to start off with a win bet. I don't know if this one will go off as a favorite, but from a very tricky post, I'm hoping the odds will be good. Number 11, Laser Tile. That horse blew me away last time when at Jarlsberg. They pulled the shoes. I don't recall if it was the first time or not, but the horse was amazing. I think the first lap went in 10 or something, and the horse just kept on going and won against some pretty good horses. And the way I read the card, it's more or less the same kind of horses here. Of course, Laser Tile much better up front, but from this post, I'm hoping to get the odds up.
A win bet on horse number 11, Laser Tile, here in race 3 is Mike's opening bet this Thursday. We move on to race 4, and it's a race for cold-blooded horses. They're going to fight it out over the long distance, 2,640 meters, divided up over 3 tiers, and I think the race looks difficult to solve. What do you think?
It is kind of difficult. I'm going to go for an outsider here. I think number 5 will be a very big favorite. Vetle Petter coming with 4 straight wins. That always draws a lot of attention. I think the better value for money is to be found at the back. Number 11, BB Terje T. A horse I really like. I've seen this one race many times. He always performs very consistent. Doesn't win all that often, but still wins in about half of his starts. And I think it's time this time. Of course, always tricky with a 40-meter handicap, but over the long distance, I think his strength will pay off.
Another win bet there in race 4 with horse number 11, BB Terje T. We move on to race 5, and also this is a long distance race, but now 40 meters shorter, 2,600 meters. And who has caught your eye here?
Here I'm going to go for a Swedish bet, a Swedish horse. Number 5, Ferryman. This is a horse that has shown pretty good qualities here in Sweden. 3 races ago, he was parked first over all through the trip on a relatively sloppy and difficult track, but still proved the strongest over the final stretch and won quite comfortably. Then after that, he went out on the V75, and there was a bit of talk about him. I know that one of the experts thought that he would have a good chance to win even on the V75. He came up a bit short there against really tough horses. Showed continued form last time when he came in 4th from a tricky post and on a very difficult track. So he's got good form. And from an interesting post here as well, I think he's got a good chance to find good racing position. And as I said, he's real strong, so he likes the distance here. And the Norwegians have no idea how good this one is. So we're getting really high odds on this one, I hope.
Sounds very good there, Mike. And we move on to the Daily Double. And this Thursday, we have it in races 8 and 9. And DD1 is a race for mares. And what do you suggest for us here?
Yeah, this one I found going through all these horses on the videos because I didn't know many of these horses before. Number 3, In Håleryd. Look at these pictures from last time when the horse was boxed in against really tough opposition. Looked really strong over the final stretch. He was, well, as I usually say, virtually climbing over the front horse there. He was really looking for an opening. The driver had a lot in his hands, and I think she can use this. From a good post here, I think she's got a good chance to take the lead, and after that, they have to beat her. So by the looks in the race card, I don't know if she'll be the favorite or not. I'm hoping this will be a bit of an outsider because there are a couple of horses here that usually go off as favorites in Norway. So good odds on this one.
In DD2, we get to see a horse that we know quite well. Number 3, BBS Sugarlight. He's earned more than 9 million Swedish crowns, Mike, but hasn't really convinced this year. What do you think of him here in this race?
No, he's been a bit out of form, and especially he's lost his gate speed. He's not as fast from the start, and that's what made him most of his money earlier on. So I'm betting against him here. I think number 1, Floris Baldwin, has a good chance to protect the inside and take the lead here. And Floris Baldwin is a horse horse I really like. We've been betting on him several times. Do you remember when he won at Forus? He was just amazing that time, and he's also shown good form now lately. So I'm hoping he'll take the lead and then stay there all the way to the wire.
So as usual, Mike gives us one single combination for the daily double this Thursday. The V75 round, it's all about finding the winners in 7 consecutive races, and that is exactly what we're going to do right now. Mike has composed a system for us. Let's take a look at it, and we can then see that the first banker that he has, it comes in the first leg. And we've already talked about number 11, Laser Tide, so let's move on to the second race. Cold-blooded is for cold-blooded horses, and you suggested earlier we place a win bet on number 11, BB Terje T, but here you add another 4 horses.
Yeah, it's a pretty open race, and I'm guessing number 5 will be a pretty heavy favorite here, so I'm hoping to get the value up.
V75-3, we've talked about that one as well. Your show bet number 5, Ferryman, earlier, but who would you say has the biggest chance of winning the race out of your picks here?
Well, for me, this is a very tricky race here, and actually I would like to mark all the horses, but I couldn't figure out how to make the system up. So I'm hoping Ferryman is as good as I think he is, and that he comes out on top. By the looks of it, I think Royal Baby will be the favorite in this race.
So a difficult race there in V75-3 and also V75-4. It looks as if you think it is impossible to solve because you take all horses.
Yes, once again, very even here and very difficult to tell how the bettors will analyze this. And for me, I couldn't rank these horses. I think they're very even.
The fifth leg is another race for cold-blooded horses, this time of a sprint distance. And number 6, Odd Heracles, is the favorite and also your second banker.
Yeah, I think he'll come out on top. He's been quite impressive. He's got incredible gate speed and can open in 18-19 without any difficulty whatsoever. Last time he was out at Åby and put up a good fight against Mån Prince and AM. He got beat at the end there, but it was a real fast race. He raced in 19-2, and I think he'll take the lead here. And after that, I don't see how they're going to beat him. But this is likely to be the biggest favorite of the round.
Okay, in the sixth leg, you recommended your DD banker there, number 3 in Håleryd. And here we see it is also your third banker. And then finally in the last legs, you think that 4 marks are sufficient to feel safe here, or?
Yeah, I'm betting on Flores Baldwin on the daily double, but that's depending on if he takes the lead or not. In case he loses the lead, he's a lot more vulnerable. So on the V75, I got 4 horses with the 4 best positions.
And this means that this Thursday we have 720 combinations for our V75 system. At our website, SwedishHorseRacing.com, you can, of course, find more information about this round. And with that, we wish you the best of luck with your bets now to Bjerke Racetrack in Norway this Thursday. Bye-bye.